What's going on, ballers? Thanks so much for tuning in again, and welcome back to another BigJBasketball box break video. No box being broken today, but based on the thumbnail for the video, the description, and what you see in front of you, you can see a nice little stack of cards in card savers, which means we have some things that are going to be going to PSA pretty soon. I did one recent PSA submission that came back not too long ago. A couple LeBron PSA 10s in the back. I'm really happy about that red, white, and blue prism. Those are really tough to gem. I looked at the pop reports. Most of the LeBron variations in all colors do not gem at a very high rate. So really happy with the 10 on that one. But those cards came back really quickly. It's $50 a card, but they came back in about 2 months. So even faster than the 3-month turnaround that they originally advertised. It's beginning of April now. I'm not sure when this video is going to go live, but by the time you see it, these cards will probably be on the way to PSA already. So the clock will start around the beginning of April, which means worst case scenario, should get these back beginning of July, end of June, but more likely maybe beginning of June or even end of May, depending on if they can turn these around as fast as they turned around the last submission. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and click that subscription button, click that bell for notifications so you get notified whenever we post new stuff. It's pretty much all the time, always add new content to the channel. Let me know in the comments if you like stuff like this too. Drop a like, drop a comment. Let me know what you think about these type of PSA submission preview videos. I like doing them now because it kind of holds myself accountable. I can sort of guess what grades I think some of these cards might get. And we can also, look at the timing to say, okay, when did we send these in? And when did the submission come back? Can't come back. So like I said, the last one I just did, those came back in about 2 months. So let's see if we can get the same on this one. And we've got 10 cards here, kind of the same mix as last time. We had some, like in the back, those are some more recent cards. We also sent in some Kobe rookies and some older stuff in the last submission. So we're gonna do the same thing this time. So first card is a 96 EX 2000 Kobe Bryant rookie. I think this is his best looking base rookie card. Just the design is incredible. This green shine, the kind of see-through in the back, acetate with the cutout and the foil. It's, they don't really make base cards like this anymore. I have no clue what this card's going to grade. I sent in one of these a couple of years ago, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. I thought it looked good. It came back a 6. So these cards are known for lots of condition issues. So anything higher than a 6, I think I'll be happy with. I think I got dinged last time. There's a lot of chances for this cutout to come up and, be kind of jagged around the edges. Same thing with the cutout all the way around here. I looked this one over really closely. There may have been a tiny bit of an issue right around here. You can't even see it on camera. It's so slight. But the cutout looked really good, a lot better than the last one I submitted that got a 6. Centering's a little bit off or skinny on the left here, a little fat on the right, but not terrible. I think best case scenario, this might get an 8. More realistically, maybe a 7. So I'll say probably a 7, but if it gets an 8, I'll be really happy. I doubt it's going to get a 9. There's no way it's going to get a 10. The population on this card is insane. I think there's only 30, there's under 40. It's either, I think, 36 or 38 PSA 10s. And I don't think that number is probably ever going to increase. I think whatever's a 10 now is going to be a 10. I don't think anyone's pulling new copies of this that are going to grade a 10. These came out of packs really terrible back in the day. So I'm going to say a 7 on that one, but maybe an 8 if we're lucky. We got some LeBron rookies now. This is his Upper Deck Star rookie. This is actually pretty, not rare, but way less plentiful than a lot of his other rookies. I think there were only a couple rookies per box, I want to say, maybe one per box or a couple per box when this set came out. So it wasn't like you could open a box of cards and pull a bunch of LeBron rookies. They were pretty hard to hit. It's a tough card to grade with this black all the way around, even dark corners up here, but this looks really clean to me. So edges, corners, I don't see any white at all anywhere around here. Even on the front, it's really clean pretty much all the way through, except I don't know if this is going to show up on camera or not. It's going to be hard to see, but see this line here? There's a little line right there you can see. I don't know if that was like a dent or a print line, or I don't know what it is, but I do know that line is probably going to bring down the grade of this card. If they consider this like a crease, which I don't know if they will. Again, there it is right there. If it's a crease, this could get a 6 for all I know. But if that's something that's normal, that is, not a big deal. This could potentially get as high as a 9 just because the edges, corners, surface, everything else looked great besides that one line. So I don't know how to guess on this one. Like I said, 6, anywhere from a 6 to a 9. I guess I'll say an 8, just kind of to be in the middle there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what that one comes back at. This one, I'm really hoping this one gets a 9. You can see centering is off. This is his Bowman Chrome rookie card, or Bowman Rookies and Stars, the Chrome parallel. Definitely skinny on the left and a little bigger on the right. But I've seen a lot of 9s with similar centering. It's probably bad enough that it won't get a 10. If this was centered perfectly, I think this actually may have had a shot at a 10. But because of the centering, I'll guess probably a 9. But top to bottom centering was good. It's just the left to right that's off a little bit. But surface, super clean on this. No issues. Corners, edges, immaculate. Even on the back, a lot of times there's white on these edges and corners. No white at the top there. No white on any of the corners. Surface, edges, corners are really perfect on this card, in my opinion. It's just a centering that's a little bit off. So I think this has a shot at a 9. Wouldn't be shocked at an 8 because I know they grade these pretty tough, but I'm going to cross my fingers for a 9 on that one. Next one, we got a LeBron Chrome rookie. Centering is definitely off a little bit on this one too. I've seen much worse on this card. I've actually seen worse centering get, an 8. But it's a little bit fat on the left, skinny on the right, fat on the top, skinny on the bottom. Not terrible though. I've seen much worse. So definitely not going to get a 10. Back centering is off a little bit too, but edges, corners, everything else looks good. But again, there's a little bit of, I don't know if it's going to show up on camera. There's a little, you can kind of see these little squiggly lines here. There's like a tiny little surface issue there. So I think that's going to bring the grade down. They'll probably ding me on that surface. So I'm going to guess an 8 on this one because of the surface and the centering. If they want to be really harsh about it, they might give me a 7 if they ding me really hard on that surface. But I'm going to hope for an 8 on that one. So we'll see how that one comes back. And now we got our more recent cards. Just pulled this recently out of a box of Panini Black. This one looked really nice. There's no issues. Again, all dark corners and edges all the way around. I didn't see any white on any of these corners. On the back top left, there is a teeny, very minuscule amount of white. So we'll see. I mean, they may knock this down to a 9. There are no 10s graded in this card. So I know it's going to be tough to get a 10. So maybe a 9 if they want to ding me on that top left corner. But I'm really hoping this one can get a 10. So we'll see. Another Edwards, Court Kings autograph. I opened up a Court Kings box on the channel here last year. Pulled this Ant-Man autograph out of here. This is the base fresh paint auto numbered to 99. This one's 19 of 99. Front, super clean. I looked over the surface, no issues. Corners, edges, all look perfect on the front. On the back, again, definitely a little more white here on this one than on this here. So worst case scenario, I was hoping that's a 9, maybe a 10. This one is not going to get a 10, I don't think, because of that white. So I'm hoping probably a 9 on this. Again, if they want to be really harsh and give me an 8 because of that corner, I guess they could, but that would seem really harsh, especially on a back corner. It's not even on the front. So hoping for a 9 on this Edwards autograph. 2 cards here. I'll show these both together. These are from the Fanatics box set, the Wave parallel, both Edwards and LaMelo. So last time I sent in the Ant-Man Blue Velocity. That one got a 9. I thought it had a chance at a 10. This one I think looks a little better. I think I was worried about the basketball going off the top, but I looked at a lot of pictures and it looks like on most 10s, the basketball is kind of right at the top there. There should be no space, I don't think, based on what I've seen on other 10s. So the top and bottom look pretty good there. Left and right looks pretty good. So again, back centering a little bit off, but they typically don't ding you too hard on back centering, just that a little bit. And then LaMelo, same thing. This one looked really good. Again, I looked at a lot of pictures of PSA 10s and the centering that those had. So this one looks pretty much like all those. Same thing, back centering a little bit off. But again, I hope they don't bring me down to a 9 on those. So I'm gonna guess 10s on both of those. If they really want to be jerks about the back centering, they can give me a 9, but hope it doesn't come to that. Tyrese Halliburton, green cracked ice. So in previous videos, I was saying maybe I'd submit this, maybe not. But I think this is rare enough that it's worth being sent in. I think this will for sure be a pop one, probably no matter what grade it gets. It's the NBA debut, not the base rookie, but I looked this one over. I didn't see any issues. Again, sometimes it's hard to tell centering on these. Sometimes like it's hard to tell if the bottom's too fat or the skinny and the top's too fat, but this looks pretty good. Again, just based on pictures I've seen. Corners, edges, all were good. No white on the corners, edges, no issues on the surface. So really hoping for a 10 on that one. And then last card here is Ja Morant Elevate from Mosaic. Blue fluorescent, pulled this out of a cello pack, of course off camera, but I know I've clearly showed it on the channel a bunch of times since I pulled it. Again, centering is tough to tell on these. I don't really know top to bottom, left to right, but nothing looks egregiously off-centered, so I would be surprised if they ding me on centering. Surface, edges, corners look perfect on the front. This one's numbered at a 15, 5 of 15. On the back bottom right corner, it's going to be, I don't know, you probably can't even see it on camera. I don't think, it's so minuscule, I don't think you can even see it. There was like maybe a little tiny ding, and it was only on the back. It wasn't even on the front. Front looked perfect, but there was like a little, almost lifted up a tiny bit. You almost need a microscope to see it. It's so small. So I'm hoping that doesn't bring this down to a 9. Again, if they want to be really harsh, they could maybe look at that teeny tiny little issue and give it a 9. But overall, I think this has a pretty good shot at a 10. So those are the 10 cards that are going in. Again, going in early April. Hopefully get these back by late June, early July. I'm thinking of potentially going to the National in Atlantic City in end of July. So it'd be really great to, I'm sure I'll get these back before then. If I do, it could be, things I'll bring maybe for some trade bait, or maybe see what I could sell, or if there's other cards there that I really want. So that's everything. 10 cards going to PSA. Should be back in a couple months. So stay tuned for the PSA reveal coming when these come back. It'll be interesting to see if these come back before all my older subs from early 2021. That would be kind of crazy if these came back before then, but hopefully they all come back around the same time. That's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you on the next video.